Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha E Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatte Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Haripriya वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः वृन्दाये तुलसीदेव्यायै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिपतदेवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण thank you all dear devotees for joining us in this study and reading of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the Shastras, there is this very beautiful verse that is very all-encompassing, worthy to be memorized from the standpoint of offering it to the Supreme Lord. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo. Gurave unto Sri Guru. All glories unto Sri Guru. Gurave Gaurachandraya unto Gaurachandra. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gurave Gaurachandraya. So Guru is done, Gauranga is done. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya, which means Srimati Radharani. Tad Alaye and her parikars, her associates. Krishnaya to Sri Krishna. Krishna Bhaktaya and to all the devotees of Krishna. Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namo. Offering our obeisances to Guru, Gauranga, Radharani, Radharani's associates, Krishna, Krishna's associates, and to all the devotees of Radha and Krishna and of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I offer my humble obeisances. Shri Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. So it's a good verse to memorize. Mm. That is why um, for those who have observed, we have always chanted this verse in the beginning of our classes. Shripad Mukundatta Prabhu had actually um, told us to memorize this verse. He had glorified and emphasized the importance of this verse as to how just in one verse before we start anything we can meditate and we can invoke the blessings of Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, Srimati Radharani, Radharani's associates like Lalita, Vishakha, etc., Krishna, Krishna's associates, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, Subal, Sridham, Madhumangal, etc., and to all the devotees who are worshipping these personalities, we seek our respectful obeisances. Mhm. So it's a good start to anything. Not just a good start to class, it's a good start to the day. It's a good end to the day. And anything that we are doing to seek blessings, it is always good to seek out the blessings through the words of the predecessor acharyas as to what they have composed. So this is a good verse to memorize. Whenever we get some little time, if we can put a star and we can mark this in our to-do to study verses, like in the present day, office going people or even college going people, they have a to-do list. ये करना है. By such and such time I have to finish this. If it is students and if you have assignments like in America, I've seen that in India also. Because I myself I would do that. If an assignment is to be submitted at 11:59 p.m., imagine today is the 15th of July, it's about 9:30 in India, and we have to submit an assignment at 11:59 p.m. Most students will not even remember that we have to submit an assignment. Just 1.5 hours prior, you somehow get a text in the WhatsApp groups that, oh, there is something deadline, there's some deadline that is there. And at 10 o'clock at night, most students invariably will start the assignment. And somehow or the other, कैसे कैसे यहाँ से वहाँ copy करते 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 chat GPT and this and that, by 11:59 you finish the assignment and you submit. Hmm. That's the uh, that's the general mindset that most people have, and that's of course the mindset that even people in college and once you start working, everyone has. So ideally, it's always a good habit to have a to-do list. These are the things I need to do, and these are the things I have completed. Likewise, in our bhakti, also we can have a to-do memorization list. Yeah, verses I have to memorize. So this can be one among the many other verses that we have discussed in our previous classes. For those devotees who have not been there earlier, I just want to um, call out that in our some previous classes we have started the classes with different verses. So we can, if inspired, we can go back and we can check those verses and we can add that to our list and start memorizing verses to glorify the Supreme Lord. So we have discussed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath Puri, then the Hera Panchami festival, and even realistically, we saw a couple of days back was Hera Panchami. If we were following the calendar, we saw Rath Yatra was there, and 5 days after that was the Hera Panchami festival, where the wife is getting angry at the husband because the husband promised that he's going to come back, but lo and behold, our Jagannath gets caught up in the sweetness of Sri Vrindavan Dham that he forgets to leave Gundicha and doesn't even come back. So the wife comes with the associates in order to, हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, सबक सिखाएंगे. So the wife comes there to teach Jagannath and Jagannath's parikars, Jagannath's associates, to teach them a lesson, and Jagannath promises, I will come back. And as all this is going on, Swarup Damodar Goswami is speaking to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, glorifying the unimaginable sweetness of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And so is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaking to different associates. Mahaprabhu speaks to Srivas Thakur, understands the heart of Srivas Thakur, glorifies Srivas Thakur. And as all this is going on, Mahaprabhu turns his attention to one another personality. He who was a silent hero in the Chidadahi Panihati festival. He who is Mahaprabhu's very dear cook, who is very excellent in cooking. He is such a personality who is also Srimati Radharani's very dear cook. This personality is present in Mahaprabhu's pastimes throughout and is known for his unparalleled cooking. Of course, the devotion is always there. The unparalleled devotion is always there, but is primarily known for his excellent cooking. And he, as her in Radha Krishna Leela, also cooks for Srimati Radharani. The devotees, we are talking none other than Sri Raghav Pandit. Sri Raghav Pandit is one associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very dear to the heart of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He was cooking during the Chiradahi Panihati festival, while at the same time in Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, he also cooks under the auspices, under the guidance of Srimati Radharani. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks towards Raghav Pandit and says, Lord Chaitanya praised Raghav Pandit. Due to his pure love for me, I am obliged to him. Although he already has many trees and fruits, he still collects expensive coconuts from 20 miles away to offer coconut water and coconut pulp to Krishna. 20 miles is a lot of distance. 1 mile is about, I think, 1.6 kilometers or something like that. 20 miles, we can do the mathematics. That's That's a lot of walking back and forth. Why? To get coconut, to get the coconut water out of it in order to offer it to Krishna. आजकल यदि गाड़ी हो और ऑटो भी क्यों ना हो तो भी हम थोड़े आलसी बन जाते हैं कि अरे इतना दूर कौन जाएगा। भगवान को कोकोनट नारियल यदि देना है, इतना दूर कौन जाएगा। भगवान रोज रोज थोड़ी नारियल खाते हैं, आज कुछ और खिला देंगे। वी गिव आवर जस्टिफिकेशन ऑल्सो to justify our laziness of not going. We come up with different excuses, but we find so many such personalities in the back in the day, 500 years back, when not, then none of the vehicles weren't there. They would walk. Madhavendra Puri walked for such a long distance. Why? So that the Lord can get the chandan. He walks all the way and then comes back, and the Lord again comes in the dream. And so many such personalities. Sanatan Goswami, Rup Goswami, they all walk from one place to another. Walking from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri to Navadvip. There was no trains. There were no cars. There were no flights. There were none of these things. These things have emerged probably in the last 100, years. But during the Lord's time, there was none of these things. And they never cribbed. They never complained. They were happy to do it for the Lord. And here is Raghav Pandit who would walk 20 miles every day just to get coconuts in order to offer coconut pulp and coconut water for Krishna. One day, a servant brought 10 clipped coconuts for the deity, but accidentally touched the ceiling above the door. Raghav Pandit discarded them, saying that they were contaminated because the dust from people's feet who walk there blows up and touches the ceiling. Later, he offered those coconuts. Later, he offered other coconuts to Krishna. In this way, from distant villages, he collects excellent bananas, mangoes, oranges, jackfruits, spinach, vegetables, radishes, chipped rice, powdered rice, sweetmeats, cakes, sweet rice, condensed milk, and everything else for high price and offers it to Krishna. It's not that these associates of the Lord had a lot of money. It's not that they were some aristocratic people. They were simple people. But with whatever they had, they were trying to offer it to Krishna. Krishna is not behind what we give, but he is behind what we hold back. कितने दे रहे हैं हम, भगवान ये देखते हैं, लेकिन इससे अधिक भगवान ये देखते हैं कितना पीछे रखे हैं. हाउ मच आर वी होल्डिंग बैक. Krishna is behind that. A millionaire, if he is giving, no, maybe 10,000 rupees, for example, if someone is a millionaire and he's giving 10,000 rupees, that's a very, very small portion of his net wealth. But if someone is having 20,000 rupees and from that he's giving 10,000 rupees, that 10,000 rupees is more valuable than a millionaire giving 10,000 rupees. Why? Because this person has only 20,000. Of that, half of his savings is giving it for the Lord. He's giving it for Krishna. He is holding back very little. On the flip side, the millionaire is holding back a lot. So Krishna is not behind what we give. Yes, he is interested in that also. We are not saying कि देना ही नहीं चाहिए. But at the same time, what we hold back is what Krishna is more keen upon. Is what Krishna is more interested upon. And here we find these simple associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are doing so much over and above to please the Supreme Lord Krishna. The cooking conditions are purified so that the food is first class and delicious. He also offers different kinds of pickles, scents, garments, ornaments, and the best of everything. His love, his loving service is incomparable. Lord Chaitanya then embraced Raghav Pandit. He also offered all other devotees a farewell with similar respect. Srila Prabhupada explains, and it's a very sweet point. No sincere service done by a pure devotee remains unnoticed by the Lord, who becomes grateful to such a devotee. Lord Chaitanya instructed Shivananda saying, please take care of Vasudev Datta's family affairs. He is a very liberal He is very liberal and spends whatever income he gets. Being a householder, he needs to save some money, become his manager, and make proper adjustments. Every year, bring all my devotees with you to the Gundija festival and maintain all of them. The Lord is paying attention. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is paying attention on everyone. It's not that Mahaprabhu has attention only on Rupa Goswami or attention only on Swarup Damodar Goswami. It is not that Mahaprabhu is giving attention only to Sanatan Goswami. Why? Because Sanatan Goswami wrote books. He built temples, इसलिए हम अपना पूरा समय बस इन्हीं को देंगे. But Mahaprabhu is giving attention to all the associates. Whoever is present, he is not just giving attention, he is making sure that they have everything at their disposal. They have people to help them around. If we do little for the Supreme Lord, if we do 10%, the Supreme Lord does in multiples. He does multiples. We have heard this famous statement when we join the ISKCON movement. We have all heard this that if we take one step, Krishna takes 10 steps. We take 10 steps, Krishna takes 100 steps. Whatever we do, he's going to do 10 times more than that. So here we find these associates of the Lord, they were simple. Not everyone was writing books and not everyone was building temples. But it is the sincerity that caught the attention of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in our case also, not everyone is going to write books. Very few who are there are going to maybe write author books, and very few are going to build temples. So someone can have this question that, well, if I'm not doing any of these two things, will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu still give mercy? Yes, because the Lord's associates did not do everything. It is the simplicity, it is the sincerity, it is the innocence that attracts and conquers the heart of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Simple, innocent people. Kolavecha Sridhar was there. Srivas Thakur is there. Raghav Pandit is there. Govinda is there. These are all simple, innocent people. We don't have to become someone very big. कुछ बड़ा बड़ा बनना है भक्ति के मार्ग में नहीं. Yeah, we have to just be where we are and realize that whoever I am, Krishna is still going to accept me. I am not in a competition with anyone. I am not competing with anyone. मुझे किनसे बेहतर नहीं बनना. मुझे ईर्ष्यालु नहीं बनना. I don't want to become envious if someone is getting praised in the society. I don't want to be jealous of anyone. Why? Because these things are not going to be any impediment on my path of getting Krishna. It is not that if someone is getting more praise, Krishna is going to reject me. No. My path is clear. On my path of Krishna consciousness, of getting Krishna, there can be no impediment. No one can cause any harm on my path of Krishna consciousness unless and until I want that person to cause harm. If someone is getting a lot of adoration, lot of praise, uh, it is good for him on this path of Krishna consciousness, where that he is preaching, but that shouldn't affect me on my path. Not that I go and have the crab mentality that यदि हम नहीं कर रहे तो आप भी मत कीजिए, हम आपको भी नीचे खींचेंगे. You have the crab mentality. We have said this in the past. The crabs, when you find them on the ocean shore and when they're put in a basket and they're taken from one place to another, the crab mentality is when one of the crab tries to get out of the basket in order to free itself, the other crabs pull the crab down. हम टोकरी से बाहर नहीं जाएंगे और हम ये देखेंगे कि आप भी टोकरी से बाहर नहीं जा पाएंगे. I will not get out of this box. We will make sure that you should also not get out of this box. This is crab mentality. I will not get Krishna, and I will make sure I will pull you down also on this path of Krishna consciousness. This is crab mentality. This is not very, uh, this is not something that's encouraged on the path of Krishna consciousness. And the devotees also don't like it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu definitely doesn't like it. You tell me, give me the example of one associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who had crab mentality, who wanted to pull others down. Not one. Not one. All of them had this mood, as we said as we mentioned earlier, they had this mood of the friends of Krishna. Aham purvam iti samsprishya mere. They had this mood that I will get Krishna, but on my path of getting Krishna, I will inspire you also to get Krishna. Unlike the demons, where it was aham purvam, natvam iti prabho. That I will want to get the Supreme Lord, but natvam. I should get something, but you shouldn't get it. Hmm. So we should have the mentality of uh, the demigods, not that of the demons. Lord Chaitanya spoke to the Kulina Gram devotees. Please come here every year and bring silken robe to carry Lord Jagannath during Rath Yatra. He praised the book Shri Krishna Vijaya by Gunaraj Khan, saying in this book a sentence reveals the author's ecstatic love of Krishna. Nandana Nandana Krishna Mora Prananatha. That Krishna is my life and soul. By this statement, I am sold out to the descendants of Gunaraj Khan. Look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is someone, he is loving a devotee, is getting sold out to a devotee. Why? Because he has written a book, but not that he has written a book, but in that book of the different statements, he has just written one statement. And what is that statement? In English, it essentially means Krishna is my life and soul. Nandana Nandana Krishna Mora Prananatha. Then Krishna is Nanda Nandana. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj and he is Mora Prananatha. He is my life and soul. He is my Prananath. This one statement that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read, Mahaprabhu says, what to speak of Gunaraj Khan? All his descendants also, I am sold out to their love. With just one statement. So we can imagine if this statement we chant for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day. Nanda Nandana Krishna Mora Prananatha. Will Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sell himself to all of us? Will he not like all of us? Will he not get attracted that we are trying to attract his mercy by chanting something that Gurnaraj Khan had written in his book Shri Krishna Vijay Utsav? So it is these simple things that conquer the heart of the Supreme Lord. To say nothing of you, even a dog living in your village is very dear to me. Now, this is height of compassion. Just because one author writes a statement that says Krishna is my life and soul, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reads that. Mahaprabhu says, all your descendants are very dear to my heart. So much so that even a dog of Kulina Gram is very dear to me. This is height of compassion. Why? Because from that gram, one devotee has written a book. In that book, he has written Nanda Nandana Krishna, Mora Prananatha. भगवान एक स्टेटमेंट से रिच जाते हैं. What to speak of the whole composition? Bas one statement is enough. So these are small things that we can adopt from Chaitanya Charitamrita into our Krishna consciousness. Chanting these verses and reminding the Lord that, my dear Lord, there you said even a dog is dear. This dog is also praying to you. Please accept him or her. Nanda Nandana Krishna, Mora Prananatha. Even one who is remotely connected to a devotee, who renders selfless service to the Lord, gets unlimited blessings from the Lord. Satyaraj Khan asked the Lord, my dear Lord, being a householder and materialistic man, I do not know the process of advancing in spiritual life. I request you to give me orders. Lord Chaitanya said, serve Krishna, serve Vaishnavas, and chant the holy name without cessation. Hmm? यानी बिना रुके भगवान नाम जपिए, कृष्ण की आराधना कीजिए और वैष्णवों की सेवा कीजिए. Do these three things: serve Krishna, serve Vaishnavas, and chant the names of Krishna continuously. Satyaraj Khan asked, how can one recognize a Vaishnava? Now, this is an important question. Oftentimes, we address each other as Vaishnava or Vaishnavi. So, what is the definition? Is the definition only that, does it end that with this one understanding that those who are worshipping Vishnu or Vaishnavas, is that the whole and soul understanding? If a Prabhuji is worshipping Vishnu, then he is a Vaishnava, and if a Mataji is worshipping Vishnu or Krishna, he is Vaishnavi. That is one understanding, but is that all encompassing? Is that the ultimate understanding? Mahaprabhu says no. Now look at Mahaprabhu's understanding. Mahaprabhu's definition of who's Vaishnava. Whoever chants Krishna's holy name once is worshipable. Even a Chandala is delivered by vibrating the holy name, even without formal initiation. Therefore, one who is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a Vaishnava, and you should offer all respects to him. यानी जो भगवान नाम जपता है, those who are chanting the names of Krishna, they are worshipable and they should be respected. Simply by chanting Krishna's name once offenselessly, one is relieved of all sinful reaction and one can complete the nine processes of bhakti. One time one time Prabhupada was there in Holland, Amsterdam, and it was the Amsterdam temple opening. And from the time the temple opening started, nothing was going according to plan. General temple opening, there will be some systematic plan that will be there, Bhumi Puja, this, that, this. And somehow that day in Amsterdam, nothing was going according to plan. Prabhupada was getting a little angry. Uh, he had asked different things, and disciples had not presented it, or they had presented in a different way, which was not in line with what Prabhupada expected. Prabhupada sat down for the yajna. Prabhupada asked for fruits. They brought cut fruits. They brought like fruit salad. Prabhupada said, no, not like this. For yajna, you need proper fruits. You see, around the yajna, you keep proper apples and oranges or whatever, bananas. So they brought like cut fruits, like almost like fruit salad. Prabhupada said, not like this. And everything that Prabhupada was asking for, it was going topsy-turvy. And many people had come there for the temple opening. And one such personality who was there was a hippie. One hippie had also come, and he was also taking part in the whole procession. So when this hippie started coming to the temple, whenever he would be in anxiety, whenever he would be in any distress, stressed, the devotees would come to him and say, don't take tension, chant Hare Krishna. If you chant Hare Krishna, everything will be proper. Now this hippie had come to this temple for Amsterdam temple opening, and he saw Prabhupada was in stress. He saw Prabhupada was in anxiety. He went to Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, don't take tension, chant Hare Krishna. Imagine the personality was given Hare Krishna Mahamantra to the whole world. This random hippie comes there and said, Swamiji, don't take tension, chant Hare Krishna. Now, if we are there, we would probably get more angry because who is this person who's coming out of nowhere and giving me an instruction? It's like putting more ghee in fire. But Prabhupada didn't say anything. Prabhupada, when this hippie said this, Prabhupada immediately agreed. And Prabhupada put his hand in the bead bag and started chanting Hare Krishna. And even after the temple opening was in that evening, um, the disciples had to get prasadam to Prabhupada's plate. And as they were coming, all the prasadam kind of slipped on the pathway. They slipped and the plate fell. And the whole day things didn't go according to plan. But Prabhupada didn't say anything. Prabhupada was simply following the instruction of a hippie who told him, don't take tension, chant Hare Krishna. This is a sadhu. He who was benedicted or who was given the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as a gift to the whole world is ready to take instruction from a hippie who is nowhere close to the level of Krishna consciousness that Srila Prabhupada has. But Prabhupada is someone who's teaching us this mood, this art of taking good from anyone. If anyone is giving a good instruction, we don't hesitate to take it. If Prabhupada is not hesitating to take a good instruction, why should we hesitate? So Prabhupada started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and eventually, somehow or the other, the Amsterdam temple opened, and it's still working perfectly fine. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, a Vaishnav, oh, One who is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is a Vaishnava. And if he's chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he's a Vaishnava, and naturally he will also be tension free. He will be free from tension. By chanting, one dissolves one's material entanglement, becomes attracted to Krishna, and awakens one's dormant love for Krishna. Lord Chaitanya then spoke to the inhabitants of Khanda. Khanda means Sri Khanda. Sri Khanda is a province. Just like Kulina Gram is a province, Sri Khanda is a province. And the personality who comes from Sri Khanda is Raghunandan, the celebrated son of Mukunda. Lord Chaitanya then spoke to the inhabitants of Sri Khanda. He first asked Mukunda Das, the father of Raghunandan, are you the father of Raghunandan, or is he your father? Now, externally, it seems like a very strange question. Like, if you go to a father and say, Pitaji kaun hai? Aap Pitaji hai ki bachcha Pitaji hai? It's like, what kind of question is this? Like, are you okay? Like, can you not recognize a father and a son? Like, it seems a very strange, ridiculous question. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not asking in a very materialistic understanding. Mahaprabhu is asking connection to bhakti. He's asking in connection to advancement and maturity in Krishna consciousness. And naturally, long story short, we know as to how Mukunda answers by saying, my dear Lord, biologically I'm the father and he is my son. But actually, bhakti wise, spiritually wise, he is the father and I am the son. And Mahaprabhu, when he hears this, Mahaprabhu says, yes, correct. This is good. Ati Uttam. This is a very good understanding. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj. Who is the father? Who is the son? Biologically, Hiranyakashipu is the father and Prahlad is the son. But spiritually, Prahlad is the father and Hiranyakashipu is the son. Because we're talking about spiritual maturity here. Mukunda replied, Raghunandan is my father and I am his son. All of us have attained devotion to Krishna due to him. The Lord confirmed that yes, one who awakens devotion to Krishna is certainly the Guru. The Lord then glorified Mukunda. Mukunda's love for Krishna is very deep. Mukunda's love for Krishna is very deep and pure, like purified gold, although he externally appears to be a royal physician in government service. One day, as he was conversing with the Muslim king about the medical treatment, a servant brought a peacock feather fan and held it above a king's head to shade him. Just by seeing the fan, Mukunda became absorbed in prema and fell down to the ground in ecstasy. So the father is also no less. He's a physician by profession. He's a doctor. And he works for a Muslim king. And another servant of the Muslim king brought a peacock feather as a shade for the king. And seeing the peacock feather, Mukunda falls down to the ground completely unconscious. Srila Guru Govinda Maharaj will explain he was lying unconscious for a couple of hours. Eventually, when the king asked him what happened, are you okay? What just happened? Do you want to leave? Do you want some holiday? Do you want to go back home? And Mukunda here he says, oh no, no, this is a normal problem. I keep getting this. Lord Govinda Maharaj would say, Mukunda told the king, this is epilepsy. This is not, this is a normal problem. It's an epilepsy. I have epilepsy problem. So it's not something big. But actually, it was not epilepsy. It was transcendental madness invoked in the heart of Mukunda when he sees just a peacock feather. Because that peacock feather reminded him of Vrindavan Krishna. And remembering Vrindavan Krishna, he falls down to the ground completely unconscious. His son is Raghunandan. Raghunandan is very glorious, very, very glorious. When, please hear this, dear devotees. In Vrindavan Leela, Krishna and his friends would play different pastimes. And one such pastime is hide and seek. When we were small, we have also played hide and seek. In every part of India, it's called probably by different names. In Maharashtra, it has a different name, and some other part will have a different name, but the essence is pretty much the same. One, you have a couple of people who hide, and there's one person who seeks. So even Krishna would play hide and seek with his friends, and Krishna was such a personality. He only likes to hide. He doesn't like to seek. When it is his time to seek, he will say, Mother Yashoda is calling me. So the friends would also get angry that throughout the day when you are hiding, that time Mother Yashoda is not calling. When it is time for us to hide and it is time for you to seek, that time Mother is calling, that time you're feeling hungry, that time your body is paining, that time this, that. So many nakras you will do. But when it is time for you to hide, that time you don't say anything. So Krishna would love to hide. And one time, as these friends of Krishna, um, they were all playing this way. They were all hiding in different caves at Govardhan. So Govardhan has these different caves, and the friends would use that to hide. So there's one devotee who was meant to seek, and all the other friends of Krishna were meant to hide. And as they were hiding this way, at one point Krishna decided that he wants to go to Navadvip Dham and take the mood of Srimati Radharani and start performing the pastimes there. So he transported all the friends got to know about this, and he transported all the friends from Vrindavan to Navadvip Dham. So all of them were, just like how Krishna in Braj Leela also transports the devotees from Mathura to Dwaraka overnight in sleep. All of them get wireless Bluetooth transfer. Neend mein, we transfer data from phone, but we don't transfer personalities from one place to another. That too in sleep. Krishna would do that. That's a technology that has still not come in our generation of transporting people overnight, free of cost. And the catch is you don't even understand. By the time your eyes open, you're there in some other new place. So this technology, the doctors have still not got it. But our Vaidya Sri Krishna already has it. So he transported all the devotees from Vrindavan Dham to Navadvip Dham. Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Balaramji became Nitai. The pastime started. And the pastimes were going on. They were all performing pastimes. And at one point, it was the Mahaprakash Leela. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was reciprocating to all the devotees because many of them were Krishna's friends in Krishna Leela. So he was reciprocating to all of them. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked around. He looked at Nitai and said, Nitai, where is Sridham? I don't find Sridham here. Where is Sridham? They looked around and said, I don't know. Even we don't see Sridham here. Didn't he come with all of us? This other friend said, we don't know. I think he did, but we are none of us are sure. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized when all the friends were transported, our Sridham somehow was still hiding in the cave. He was still hiding in the cave. He didn't. No one told him that game is over. Another game has started in Navadvip. It's time. He poor guy was still hiding in the cave. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looked at Nitai and said, "Can you please go and get him?" No one has told him, poor guy, he thinks the game is still going on and he's still hiding, but can you please get him here? So Nitai went there and Nitai called out, Sridham! And the voice echoed, no, Sridham, 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 Sridham. The voice echoed. And eventually Sridham came out and he saw Nityananda Prabhu. Sridham said, who are you? And here Nitai says, I am Balaram, I am your Dauji. Sridham says, you're Balaram? Good joke. You're Balram and your height is only this much. You're only 7 feet. Because in Dwapar Yuga, the height was much more. It was much more. And in Kali Yuga, the height comes down to about 7 feet. And nowadays, no one is even there 7 feet. If someone is 5'10", 5'11", from a male standpoint, is considered very tall. And someone from girls like 5'3", 5'4", it's like a normal height. But in the previous Yuga, people were much taller. So Sridham looks and says, good joke. You are my Balram, good joke. That now I have become taller than you and you have changed your form, you have changed your height. Nitai says, no, no, really, I am your Balram only. Sridham says, well, I don't believe you, first of all. And if you insist that you are my Balram, let's have competition. Let's have a competition. Based on who wins the competition, we will understand whether you are really my Balram or no. Nitai says, okay, what's the competition? Sridham says the competition is to run around Govardhan. गोवर्धन के गोवर्धन की जो परिक्रमा मार्ग है, भागना है. Not that we have to walk and do parikrama. We have to run and do parikrama. Whoever wins, we will understand. Nitai says, what do you mean? Sridham says, well, my Balaram can easily defeat me in running around Govardhan. So if you're really my Balaram, prove it to me. And if you win, I will accept that you are Balaram. If you lose, scores are settled. You can go back and I will understand you are not my Balaram. Nitai says, let's do it. And they start running. Krishna's friends are also so difficult to understand that amidst the Mahaprabhu that is going on there, here Sridham and Nitai are having a competition to prove their identity. Of course, during those times, there is no passport, no Aadhaar card, no license, driving license. There is none of these things. So you have to find out these different tactics and tricks to prove your identity. They run around, and lo and behold, Nitai wins. Sridham understands that, oh, actually, he's my Balram. Sridham looks at Nitai and says, how are why did you change? You look different. What is this now? Your bare body and some blue cloth, blue dhoti, and where's your plow? Where's your bugle? Why did you change? Where's Krishna? And where are the other friends? What happened to the game? How did all of these change? Nitai says, don't ask me. Come with me, I will take you. Whatever you want to ask, you ask your Krishna. Don't ask me. I am just a messenger. I've come to take you. Don't ask anything. Nitai transports Sridham Sakha to the land of Navadvip. And the Mahaprakash Leela is going on, and Sridham sees that, oh, everyone looks different. The names are different, the facial expressions are different, the face is different, they're all different. And no one is running around with makhan, misri, butter, this, that. They're all chanting the names of the Supreme Lord. He looks at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, are you Krishna? He says he's Balram, which means you will say now you're Krishna. Someone will say he's Madhumangal. Uh, what is going on? Can someone please explain? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks at Sridham and says, Sridham, I'm sorry. We were having this hide and seek game. We all left and we came here to Navadvip, but we forgot to tell you. We forgot to tell you, and now it came to my mind that you were still hiding there, so that's why I sent Nitai to get you here. Sridham says, my dear Lord, this is not done. I miss so many of your pastimes. You get everyone here and you don't even remember me, and I am hiding there thinking the game is going on, but actually the game has done long time back. You're not even telling me. Now, accidentally, apparently, you just remember. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, what can I do to pacify your heart? Sridham, please tell me. I made a mistake, but you tell me what I can do to pacify your heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he pulls Sridham also into Gaura Leela. And that Sridham here in Gaura Leela, Mahaprabhu's pastimes, becomes the famous Abhirām Ṭhākura. Abhirām Ṭhākura is that associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very exalted, very glorious. He had a Jai Mangal stick. Jai Mangal. Mangal means auspiciousness and Jai means glory. Jai Mangal stick is whomever he whipped with that stick, they would get Krishna Prem. That was the benediction that Mahaprabhu gave him. Mahaprabhu said, गलती हो गई, हम आपको पहले बताए नहीं कि हम यहाँ आए हैं, लेकिन हम आपको ये वरदान देते हैं, ये जय मंगल आपके पास होगा, और आप इससे जिसको भी मारेंगे, whomever you hit with this stick, they will get Krishna Prem. They will horripilate and they will get Krishna Prem. So I'm benedicting you with the power of giving others Krishna Prem. Is that okay? Abhiram Thakur said, ha, good deal. This is good. And now Abhiram Thakur goes from one place to another and he whips different personalities. He even whipped Srivas Thakur, and Srivas Thakur was horripilating in Krishna Prem. Jai Mangal. Hmm. So many associates were blessed with a stick. of Abhiram Ṭhākur, and they got Krishna Prem. Of course, now uh, one Brajvasi sadhu was saying in some one long time, one class, he was saying that that Brajvasi sadhu was searching around for the Jai Mangal stick, hoping that, oh, if it is there, I will whip myself also and I will also get Krishna Prem. But he said, like many other paraphernalia that have been lost over time, this Jai Mangal stick has also been lost over time. No one knows where it is and it's not preserved anywhere. Imagine if it was there, it could have been nice. We could hit ourselves. Uh, What to speak of hitting ourselves? The devotees who are there, our friends, they will hit us. Hmm? जो भी अंदर का गुस्सा है, in the name of giving Krishna Prem, they will hit us. And hopefully we will still get some benediction, still get some mercy. So that Abhiram Thakur, if he would offer obeisances, he was so glorious. If he would offer obeisances to someone who's not of his caliber or who is a duplicit, hypocrite person, that person would die. If Abhiram Thakur came and offered obeisances to a person who was not according to his standard or who was a hypocrite, that person would die. So when people got to know Abhiram Thakur is coming, they would run away to different places. ताकि ये साधु हमें आकर दंडवत ही ना दे. It was a very scary time. Imagine you're there in your place and some random sadhu comes and offers obeisances, and because you're not up to his level, you die. What is your mistake? You're not advanced according to his standard. That was Abhiram Thakur. So he would offer obeisances. He, out of his humility, would offer obeisances. But the result was, it was a repercussion. If he offered obeisances to a deity where Krishna didn't exist, the deity would crack into pieces. That was the power of Abhiram Thakur. So if someone is a hypocrite or a duplicit, they could not stand the purity of Abhiram Thakur. That's the point we are trying to convey. The devotees of Sri Khanda got to know Abhiram Thakur is coming to meet Raghunandan Thakur. Why? Because after this episode of who's the father, who's the son, after this episode of how Gopinath ate from the hand of Raghunandan, we have discussed all this earlier. When Abhiram Thakur got to know that Gopinath personally came and ate from the hand of Raghunandan, he wanted to meet Raghunandan. So he decided to come to Sri Khanda. The local villager said, Raghunandan, just run away. Why are you staying and just run away? Even Mukunda, the father and the mother, they were saying, Raghunandan, why are you staying here? Let's just take you to some other random village. And after Abhiram Thakur goes by, we can get you here. But Raghunandan said, no, Sadhu is coming. I want to meet him. And Abhiram Thakur came. And Abhiram Thakur came, looked at Raghunandan. He was so excited. He was so happy looking at the sincerity of Raghunandan. Naturally, he offered obeisances. Naturally, he offered obeisances. And when he offered obeisances, all the devotees were looking. What is going to happen? It was a climax. No, the hearts were pounding. Tuk, tuk. What's going to happen? Will we again see Raghunandan, or is it the Gaur Premanandi of Raghunandan Thakur? Whether we are not going to see him. Abhiram Thakur offered obeisances. Raghunandan Thakur also offered obeisances. Raghunandan Thakur survived. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. And that instance, Acharyas explain, it sealed the purity and the innocence of Raghunandan Thakur, that he could even stand the Dandavat of Abhiram Thakur. So that Abhiram Thakur, who is so glorious. Of course, there are many more pastimes of Abhiram Thakur. But here is a small connection of Abhiram Thakur with Raghunandan. We are discussing this because we spoke about Mahaprabhu asking Mukunda who's the father and who's the son. And Raghunandan Thakur's glories have been mentioned here from the lotus lips of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So in connection to that, we made the point of Abhiram Thakur extolling the glories of Sri Raghunandan Thakur. Having said this, dear devotees, we humbly stop here. Thank you all for very kindly joining. Gaura Premanande.